Hurt people hurt people. In fact, an undisciplined mind is one of the worst weapons of mass destruction. So I'm going to give you 4 simple steps today. Something that I've learned along the way. Actually, I've morphed it into some of my own, into a framework of my own, and I'll show you what I mean by that, to really help you get control of your undisciplined mind. So think of your inner child. Sometimes we just need to really discipline our inner child. We gotta, get tough with them. So I have some amazing mentors in my life. Of course, my husband, and he's developed something called the ANT therapy to deal with automatic negative thoughts. That's what ANT stands for. But one thing that has probably made the greatest impact on my life is my martial arts training. I think it's incredibly empowering, and it's an incredible framework for dealing with almost everything. It's just a great life lesson. So I've taken ANT therapy and put it into my martial arts training. And in martial arts, we have something we call SARA, scan, assess, react, assess. It's really that simple. It's 4 simple steps. You need to scan the environment. You want to see where those ants are. They're devious, right? Ants are devious, they're mischievous, they're like spies. They're hiding everywhere and they sneak up, they're stealthy, and you don't even see them coming, and before you know it, they're there, they're on you. That's what an automatic negative thought is like. So you need to scan, and you got to notice them quickly, because you want to catch them before they actually come in and destroy your day. Step 2 is assess. So in step 2, you're going to assess the situation. You're going to decide what kind of ant this is, and you're going to decide how vulnerable you are. So anytime, if you have an attacker coming at you, you want to know, do I need to run? Do I need to fight? Right? Can I step aside and deflect? So you have to know how vulnerable you are. And part of what makes you vulnerable is your situation. Are you trained? Are you coming in with low blood sugar? So in terms of an automatic negative thought, having low blood sugar is going to make you much more vulnerable. Are you intoxicated? Are you not sleeping? All of these things are going to make a difference in how well you are able to deal with that automatic negative thought. Then you're going to react. So now once you figure out how dangerous is this thought, how dangerous is this ant, right? You now can decide what you're going to do. If it's not a very dangerous situation, you might just be able to use a pattern interrupt. Get up, go for a walk, call a friend. You might be able to, go eat something healthy, get rid of the low blood sugar. If it's more serious than that, this is something that's been traumatic for you, some trauma from the past, you might have to do battle with that ant. But I have news for you. You're stronger than an ant. Right? Ants are small, they're devious, they can ruin your whole day, but if you're aware of them, you are stronger than an ant. So all you need to do is be aware of it and have a plan. Write it down. Be aware of what that ant is doing in your life. Know where it's coming from. So if it's coming from and it's being made worse by, some person in your life, then be aware of that so you can do something about it. But talk back. You've got to talk back to the ant. You've got to be able to go, just like your kids. Your kids are so good at talking back to you, right? So talk back to that ant. Call it a liar, and look at it and go, wait, you're just an ant. You're tiny. I'm big. I'm strong. I'm powerful. Act like a warrior. So you need to be able to talk back to that ant and take care of it. Also be ready to block. And what I mean by blocking, know the truth. Know the truth, and the truth will set you free, right? So if you know the truth, but your mind is lying to you, you don't have to believe it. Write the truth out. Tape it to your mirror. Block that ant. Block that thought with the truth. Focus on the truth. So also be aware of how you feel when you have an ant invasion, right? When you get attacked by an ant or more than one ant, how does it make you feel? How do you treat yourself and treat others? I bet it's not very good. Right? So do you withdraw from people? When you have those thoughts, like, do you withdraw from people? Do you engage in negative behaviors? Do you indulge? Do you go get intoxicated? Do you beat yourself up? And if you're doing that, there's a good chance you're not treating other people very well either. So think about those things, because they don't only affect you, they spill over onto other people and it becomes toxic. Then the very final step is to assess again. Now you're going to assess one more time. As you assess your environment again, you want to make sure it's safe. Did you do your job? Did you get rid of those ants? Is it safe for you? Is it safe for your family? Are you going to treat people better now? Even a small injury to an ant, if you just crack that thought, a small injury to an ant can chase it away. That might be all it takes. But there's a good chance you're going to have to do this a few times, right? If you live in a bad neighborhood, so think of a bad neighborhood where there's gangs. A lot of times that's what happens because we're undisciplined. Those gangs come and they can just terrorize us. That's how ants are. Ants automatic negative thoughts because we haven't disciplined our minds. We haven't moved to a better neighborhood, so to speak, or cleaned out the bad guys. They can just come and terrorize you until you learn how to clean them out. So now you've got to make sure, did you do that? Assess the area, make sure it's safe, and do it regularly. So that's one way that I have learned how to really take charge of my own thoughts and empower myself. I really like that empowerment with martial arts training. So we want you to become a brain warrior. We want you to join our community. Go to amenlifestyle.com, sign up for the free newsletter, or join Facebook and join me for my live chats, and just join our community. You can't get a black belt if you're not hanging out with black belts. We want you to get your black belt in health and become a warrior. Thank you.